All right, so I got the battery installed and I've come to this parking lot, which may be familiar. This is the one I landed for Chick-fil-A recently, all the way down at the other side. So if you haven't seen that video, you should probably check it out because it was awesome. But yeah, I was just gonna, point at the parts of the bike and show you guys what I've modified. Oh my God, my phone has gone off like 20 times in the last 10 seconds. Anyways, yeah, I'll just point at things and show you what I've done and why I'm seriously gonna silence my phone. This is never a problem. Jacqueline might kill me for telling you guys this, but a dirty little secret about Jacqueline, she doesn't know how to lace shoes. She just sent me a message. I'm having trouble. And it's a picture. It's a picture of her trying to lace her shoes. I shouldn't laugh. It's kind of adorable, but it's also so funny. Okay, motorcycle things. I'm gonna start on the front and work towards the back. So all the way on the front here, I got this little windscreen thing. The way these come stock, it just kind of looks incomplete, and this isn't my favorite, but it's the one Jake the Garden Snake had on his bike, so I went for it. It's like $25 on eBay. Coming down here, I have Proton 500 turn signals, and these guys are super duper bright. I mean, the camera never does anything justice, but, oh, and the camera makes it look like it's flashing, but it's not flashing. But they're wildly bright. They function as a daytime running light that is constant, I promise you. So, I mean, increased safety is cool, and then they're super bright when you actually want to signal. Up on top, I have CRG levers, and I never knew a freaking lever could cost like $100, but they're pretty nice. They're adjustable, and I had cheapo eBay ones, and they had so much play in them like this, and it just bothered me because I have like a nervous habit at every stop sign to just like wiggle my bar. So I had to get nicer ones that are kind of like nice. And these are CRG2 bar end mirrors. They're wide angle and they have like really excellent coverage in my opinion. And I really prefer that setup of bar end mirrors. And I put little plugs in the stock mirror holes because I feel like when you look at the bike from the side and it just has that chopped profile on top, I really like that look. And honestly, functionality wise, I feel like these function better than your standard mirrors because they come like up here and then you see your shoulder. These you have to look farther, but I like them. That's everything up there. Down here, I put a radiator cover on, purely aesthetic. I mean, it also protects the radiator. It's a cheapo one from eBay. It says FZ-07 on it. Oh, I freaking forgot to tell you guys. In case you were wondering, this bike is a 2016 Yamaha FZ-07. Now they've been renamed the MT-07. I don't know why I didn't say that to begin with, but that's what the bike is. So yeah, the radiator guard, it'll protect the radiator, but it also looks good. It kind of keeps the black look. Honestly, on hot summer days, I've noticed that when you're in slow traffic, the bike will start overheating way faster, but that's the price you gotta pay for awesome good looks. Thanks, buddy. Guy on his backwards tricycle. I don't know what you call those things. He just gave me thumbs up. I'm not broken down. I'm just talking to a camera. On to the next part. This is where the magic happens. These bikes sound like your standard stock bike. When they're stock, they're quiet. They're like a microwave. But when you put the right exhaust system on them, they scream. Meanwhile, someone's apparently doing a burnout over there. So this is an Akrapovic full titanium exhaust. And if you observe, there's no baffle in the end. This is, I think, one of the loudest ways you can run this bike, but it sounds so good. The GoPro definitely never does it justice. Like if you're listening on a phone speaker or your computer speaker, it's still not gonna do it justice. In person, when you rev this thing and blip the throttle, it has that bass that like hits you in the chest. Like you can feel the sound, which is epic. I'm really happy with that exhaust. I would buy the same exhaust again. It's one of the more expensive exhausts, but it's held up well over the years. It's starting to tarnish a little bit, which may or may not be my fault. I don't really know. As far as the loudness goes, honestly, when I first got it, I kept the baffle in, rode it for a while, and I was like, this is all right. It's a little louder than stock. I took the baffle out and I was like, oh my God, I can't handle this. I was like, how would anyone ever deal with this much noise? So I put the baffle back in, and then over time, riding with the baffle in again, I got curious, and then I took it out, and then I was kind of like, this is awesome. Honestly, if you were to go cruise on this bike, like go on a trip where you're cruising for an hour or 2 hours or something, this is not the exhaust for that. You would want earplugs. But if you're going out to rip around for an hour or less and make some stops in the middle, this thing sounds fantastic. For what it is, it's a 2-cylinder, but it has a 270-degree crank, so it kind of has a different tone to it. It sounds mean. Up here, I have a Woodcraft slider, which saved my butt when I hit a deer and laid it down on this side. I scratched up this panel, which has been replaced. I put a different bar and mirror, new lever, and down here there's some like paint that I put on to kind of hide everything. But this slider took the brunt of the impact when I hit the deer. Oh, I replaced the peg because that snapped off too, I think. Something like that. What else do we got? Back here, I have another slider. That's pretty much it. Obviously on the back, I have a fender eliminator kit. This is just a cheapo eBay one. And the same company that makes those Proton lights make these guys. They're also running lights on the back. So I have like a triangular formation going on. And they're massively bright turn signals. So that's super cool. Inside the bike, you can't see it. Obviously I have the new battery and I have a high flow air filter. The air filter plus the exhaust, I did a flash tune thing with this ECU flasher. You plug in and there's, I don't know what they call them, codes or maps or whatever, that other people have created online, and you flash that to the bike for the specific exhaust and intake combo. So that's what I did. I didn't notice any revolutionary changes when I did it, but it was when I first got the bike, so I can't say I was really like that in tune with it to be able to notice. I think that's about everything, all the parts, all the things I've done to it. My thoughts on the bike overall, in general, I really like it. It's not like a fast top speed bike. It'll go really fast up to around like 80 miles an hour, and then it starts to slow down on the pole. But that's not the type of riding I do. I don't ever really go that extremely fast. And I mean, that's what I think most people do on back roads, unless you're on a highway. So all the power is kind of down low, and it's just kind of rompy acceleration. So it makes it really fun, and it's really lightweight, so it's flickable. That's kind of what the bike's all about. I have to say, I'm super tempted to one day get an MT-10, which is the 4-cylinder beast. Looks exactly like this, but it's insane. Maybe one day. I don't need it. I just would like to have one because I appreciate the mechanical ability of the machine and the raw power and the sound. One more thing. In the last video, I showed you guys the t-shirt stuff, and I really appreciate all your support and good comments on that video on this second channel. So I'd be happy to do more of that stuff in the future when we're working on new designs and stuff. Yeah, I guess that is all for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed my little random motorcycle adventure. I would be down to do more of these random motorcycle adventures in the future if you guys like it. Comment your opinion. See you in the next one. Peace.